Hello, everybody. Today we're going to be reading Lucky Love for Puppy. Lucky is the dog's name of the story Love for Puppy. Let's start. Characters Soren, a class 5 student who stayed with his grandfather in Nagpur. He was an orphan. He was brilliant at his studies and wanted to become a computer engineer. Grandpa, Soren's grandfather. Mr. Agarwal, the manager of the circus. Lucky, the rescued Labrador. These are all the people who are in the story. Let us start. Scene 1. 10-year-old Soren was waiting for the traffic to thin down before crossing the narrow road. Just then he saved the pup darting across the street. As he watched his dismay, he saw a truck coming from the opposite direction. The The driver was gazing at the film posters and had not seen the little pup. In another few seconds, the puppy was sure to come under the wheels. Soren lunged forward and picked up the puppy, jumped and landed on the other side of the pathway. Just then, two men came running to help him out. He was okay. He placed the pup on the pavement and walked towards the home. Doorbell rings. Grandpa Grandpa said, "What happened, Soren? Your clothes are dirty." Soren narrated everything to his grandpa. Grandpa said, patting him on his back, "That was a brave thing you did, my child." Soren went inside to change his dress. Grandpa said, "Come out, Soren. You have a guest at the door. I think he has come for the vote of thanks." Soren rushed forward and peeped out. It was the same pup. As soon as it saw Soren, wagged its tail. Soren bent down and patted its head. The puppy jumped and licked its nose. Soren, "Grandpa, can I keep it?" Grandpa said, "Why not? I will keep you company when it grows. Guard our house." Soren said, "Thanks, Grandpa." Samir named the dog Lucky. Soren named the dog Lucky. The dog was brilliant, obedient, and positive. Soren used to watch a show called Dogs with Jobs on TV. Soren would watch the show with Lucky. Soon he started to teach some tricks to Lucky, which he saw on TV. He found that Lucky was a quick learner. Within a year or so, Lucky had grown up and was extremely sharp. One day, Soren and Lucky were playing in the park. Soren was throwing up the ball, and Lucky was jumping up and catching it in his mouth. Soren threw the ball at an eagle and at a fast place. In a flash, Lucky jumped up and grabbed it in his jaws. There was a sound of clapping. A dark, well-built man with curly hair was sitting on the bench. He was Mr. Agarwal. Mr. Agarwal said, "Son, your dog is fantastic. Does he know any more tricks?" Soren said, "Of course." Mr. Agarwal said, "I am Sam Agarwal. Where do you stay?" Soren said, "I live close by. It is next to Delight Bakery behind this park." Mr. Agarwal said, "What is your father doing?" Soren said, "My parents are no more. I live with my grandfather." They both shook hands and went away. Scene 3. The next day, when Soren came back from school, he could not find Lucky. Soren said, What is wrong? Is he ill?" Grandpa said, "No, he's not ill. Yesterday you met a man in the park, isn't it? He came to me this morning. He's the manager of the circus. He happened to be in the park while you and Lucky were playing. He was much impressed by Rocky. He said that our dog is not a street dog, but it is a Labrador. He could recognize that our dog is a genius and can be trained. He offered $500 cash to me." Soren said shockingly, "You gave me my Lucky for money?" Grandpa said, try to understand. I'll fix the money in your name so that it will be beneficial for you in the future. Soren said cryingly, I will never forgive you for this. Soren didn't eat or talk with his grandpa. That night, his temper, temperature rose high. The doctor advised Grandpa to return the dog, but Grandpa didn't know how to contact Mr. Agarwal. That night, his condition worsened. Soren said, after a moment, I Soren said after a moment, I can hear Lucky's bark. Lucky's coming home. Just then, Grandpa saw a shape bound towards Soren's bed. They were hugging, kissing, and crying. The following day, Mr. Agarwal came and told that the dog was also not controllable. It was very sad, and I miss Soren very much. Grandpa said, here's your money, Mr. Agarwal. I can keep the money, the dog, and the boy away from each other. It will be a sin. I hope you understand. Okay. This is the end of the story, everybody. Please like, subscribe, share, and write in the comments below how you feel about these videos. Bye!